Hi, Dyslexic Genius here, Brad Hurt. My phone number is 864-236-1680. I've done a lot of work on the B-80, but what I've done is I've sewn the belt together and put the belt in place. I'll discuss how to sew this belt together, but first, the B-80 has a pulley here under the turntable and a pulley over here. The pulleys have to be in a line with each other, because if you have one pulley down, the belt's going to ride down on your pulley, so you have to have those adjusted. I'll discuss that a little bit later. What I'm going to show you here is, there's the sew part right here that I've sewn together, and why I sew that. People glue these together, and what that does is it causes a hard spot in the belting when it goes around the pulley, and this will cause the machine to slow down or skip. The other thing is, I'll take the belt off in here in a minute. You can hear how quiet this is running now with the rubber installation and all the work I've done in the videos. So let me get the belt off. There we go. You see here that I've sewn it together. On the old pulley, when you take, this is where they glued them together. Most people do that. You can see how I have this lump right here. You don't want that lump. You want the belt to do this. Wow, mine does that too, with very little. So what you do is you put the belt together like this, square, and you mount this in a vise. I use this machinist clamp that works very well. And then you take your needle and some thread. I use thicker thread on this. And you poke a hole on the side and you go through it and wrap around. Then you go to the opposite side and you poke a hole with a thread. You go through it, and you go through again, and then when you go through again, you go to the middle, and you do this a couple of times, and then you tie them off 2 or 3 times, just like you're going to tie a rope, click, rope, do it 2 or 3 times, and it'll work a lot better. This is how originally they were. For me, I add a little bit more threading on this because it's such a long belt. So when you have your pulleys, say these are the pulleys on the machine. I just discussed that. If you have one up here, one down here, the belt's going to run here and it'll run down here on your pulley. You want them running perfectly like this, horizontal. And one last trick. I use a number 7 needle. Okay? Now, on an Edison diamond disc reproducer, you always lose that pin. Well, a number 7 needle will fit right in there on a diamond disc to hold the diamond stylus. You can just cut that off and use it. This is the quick trick of learning that. I learned that from an old school guy, Wayne. He's the master. This is a lot of fun. I hope some of you do sew your belts together. I always do. I can't stand super glue. I want everything original. And that's my tip for the day.